What can I get you? Hey, you know your business partner, Franklin? He knows his shit up here. Hell of a shot, too. Stay strapped.
Hmm. I don't even know what the hell happened.
Consider the power imbalance because I could be fearful of what could happen to me if I don't do what you say. I could lose my job. I can lose my scholarship. I can get bad grades. a super, super, super fan was I'm feeling hella good and got to keep on.
Let's go. The Empire cannot wait. Endor is ambitious, spectacular, emotionally crushing, and very timely. That not.
Hey, my booski. Anyway, Clip said, baby, I'm not fighting, girl. I'm not dating no 19-year-old. I'm not. Will I date a 23, 24-year-old? Yes, if he tall and fine. I wouldn't date him on a romantic level, but would I fuck him? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. I'm not 19. I like older men because I like to be treated like a princess and baby girl. That's kind of my kink, my fetish, to be treated like a, like I'm that girl. But I don't like one of the reasons why I don't like young boys is because they make me feel like auntie. They make me feel old. When you engage with them, they're having a fetish of you as a auntie or old woman. Like, ooh, I want me a cougar, and that makes me feel old, and I don't like that feeling. So it turns me off when they get to, ooh, I ain't never had a cougar. Well, I bet you'll put it on me. You older, with more experience. You should teach me something. Come on, auntie. Hey, how you doing? I don't like all that shit. That doesn't turn me on. It makes me feel old. And sometimes young boys give that. But also, you talk to young boys and they remind me of my little cousins. They remind me of teenagers, or they remind me of dumb little young men. And I don't like that either. So I'm not attracted to that. I'm not attracted to the fetish of cougar or shit like that. I'm not turned on by that. So that's one of the reasons I would never get caught up with a young boy, because it's not something that I can see him and be like, oh, he a cute little boy, but I don't be like, ooh, let me pursue him. I make enough money to be a trick ass tranny. I be like, I got $250 for you, boy. Show me that pin. I'm pretty sure these little broke niggas trick off. But it's just not. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for me to do it because I'm not attracted to them, and I have too much arrogance to be that. I don't like giving no man no money. Ever. So yes, I think that the Shannon
What are you
Sharp
doing?
situation in particularly, that is a one. He is absolutely dumb. Now I got a PS5 for you, right? What, honey? What games you want, baby?
Girl, what are we doing? Get.
Thirsty, desperate, cougar. And as a sex worker, being in the trick position makes me feel like a loser. So it makes me feel old and makes me feel like a loser. No, man. Sorry. Like, you too old, you can't fool no niggas. You too unattractive and fat and that, whatever, that you can't pull no niggas. No. I pull niggas when I'm fat. I pull niggas when I'm skinny. I pull niggas despite being trans. I pull niggas whatever. I've always pulled niggas all my life. So, to get to a point where I have to trick, I'm going to be old. I never say never, but I ain't got there yet. I still pull some dudes. I still, got a little power, baby. I'm like Fiona from The Cousin. Honey, my power might be draining because I'm getting old, but bitch, I still got a little bit of Cordelia ain't took it yet. I'm still the supreme, bitch. So yes, I think Shannon is dumb because how you let a 19-year-old take down your empire? You over there being a race play coon, letting this girl call you these black babies and BBC and yeah, give me that nigger cock. Yeah, give it all to me. Put that big black BBC in me. You playing all this role play.
Girl, she was saying all that?
Where you out? Being a bed wench. Being a bed wench to these white girls, and you let them wear you out. Girl. Crazy. Where your money out? Now you done step down from ESPN. You're going to lose sponsor on Club Shay Shay. Because you want to be Eldridge Cleaver.
I just can't get it out.
Weirdo. So you get what you deserve. No, no fucking, no sympathy for me. Good luck, clown. Okay. Let's go to the next subject. Thumbs up if you're listening. Thumbs up. It is 50 people in here. Why y'all ain't thumbs up? And only half of y'all been thumbs up. Baby, did I tell you I went to this? Oh, I did tell you that. I went to get a consultation, child, for some surgery, baby. They quoted me $26,000. Woo! I ain't gonna tell y'all. Y'all gonna find out when I do it. I'm trying to find the what's it called. Oh, it's a secret to it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a secret till I get it done. Yes. That's my type of tea. Y'all didn't even know when I got FFS because I didn't tell y'all 6 years later.
And because I wasn't fucking a brick going from 3 to 10, because some of these bitches be going from 3 to 10. Like, damn, bitch, you change your whole fucking face. Nose, chin, eyes, jaw, cheeks. All right, so we're gonna go here. She calling him a nigger. So that's a Latina man. Now, I don't know if he thinks that she's trans or not trans. Clearly, you're talking to some black girls that I don't know if what he thinks her out, but he was like, you would never be a woman. So either, but then she says, I'm a female. So I don't know if she's a trans woman that he's clocking as and there's like a queer function or something. I don't know what's going on. They were gay, so she's one of them that could be masculine position, right? So we know Latin folks can be racist. We know that, right? Oh, I am wearing today, once again, my Liquid Love. I love Liquid Love from Penn Paladin, called Liquid Love. It smells so fresh and fun and sexy. It is ginger and rose, and it's so clean and fresh and floral.
We did it, Joe. We did it.
Ginger and rose based scent. It's very spring. It's very light and clean, fresh and bright, citrus. Amen. Love it. Sounds like a reading session, yes. So, the issue, we know Latinx folks can be racist. We know that, right? Duh. But the critique that I was seeing over the internet is the gay black boy. The gay black boy is just sitting there. He's calling her a nigger. Nigger bitch. Hard R. And the gay boys, all three of them, is sitting there. So, I don't know if it's a gay one. It could be. He's starting to look old, but I'm like this sexy look that he's got. He's starting to look old, but he looking. Anyway. So yeah. So should those gay boys have minded their business? That's the question. The theme today is minding our business. Should those gay boys minded their business? They're sitting there in the club,
right?
enjoying their cocktails.
Sold by yours truly.
Do we expect them to defend her? Do we expect them to get involved? What would y'all do? What would y'all think they should? What do you think they should have done? Somebody asked, Raven asked, was this a gay bar? Does it make a difference? When do you mind your business? When do you not mind your business? Not only sitting there, but also laughing. Mm-hmm. Yep, CL. Fuck no, that's a universal thing. I think if hands were thrown, they would have jumped in. Maybe. I don't know. If they sitting there laughing and not offended, maybe not. They should have checked him because I would have, yes, if one black person gets racially abused, then all black people in the room should stand up, in my opinion. They should have said something, but if they were not going to help, then they should have shut the fuck up. I would have been like, shut the fuck up, bitch, and get out my ear. But that slur, that starts with an S, ends with a C. So laughing is good news of who were they trying to get picked on? The Mexican? Related to a physical altercation. Just me personally. So, CL, you like, nah, ain't got nothing to do with me. Me, I am the type that it depends on what happened before, and I'm not even talking about between me. I'm talking about what happened with me throughout the day. Am I having a good day? Am I having a day that has been amazing and don't want to win? Am I having a day that sucks and I want to go off on somebody? Mine is usually what motivates me to get in other folks' views and conversations is what I see has transpired, what I have experienced throughout that day. But sometimes I be in situations like, I'm about to get up out of here. This ain't got nothing to do with me. And then sometimes I'm like, yeah, I won't do this. Because I'm in situations where, like, this ain't my business. This ain't my fight. I'm not doing it. And then I've been in situations where I'm like, yeah, I want to get into this. I'm always going to say something. I just have to. Do you think they gave him a pass because they saw he was attractive? Well, I don't know, maybe. A simple watch your mouth with that nigga would have do. I think something like that should have been said. I think something like, yo, you watch your mouth because you disrespecting all of us with that shit. Something along that line to kind of check him and change his tone. Because if you watch it, he said that shit and then looked at it. And once they didn't respond, he kind of doubled back and came back and got to being even more extra. Because now I done said the word and the niggas around ain't saying. I think they test the water.
I think you're in the clear. Drop the mics in the alley and we're nearly to go.
I don't know if y'all got a program about y'all, but chili, candied tangerine, chili olives. They basically have orange and spicy chilies in there, and they're soaked into the brine of the olives. So they hot and they sweet. But they give you the tanginess of an olive, the tang. So good. But I remember, I think I told y'all the story before, but this is always just in my mind when I got into something that I literally had nothing to do with. And when these gay boys was fighting, and we were coming out the club, but I saw them and the gay boys' friends wasn't helping them, and the little cis boys was fucking being weird. But I was with my cousin Cliff, and Cliff the type that I am not fighting. I'll be the getaway driver, but I am not fighting, sweetie. That's not who I am. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm tough. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm that girl that's gonna be sitting there with you, throwing the dukes with you. So don't even think that I'm going to fight. that is Cliff down to his side. I wish Cliff was here. He was here last live. But Cliff is very that. Yeah, that was the White Castle story. Cliff was very child. Cliff was like that since we were young, everything. Baby, no, I am not fighting. That is not my shit. I'll try to get you up out of here. Drive off into the sunset once you twirl, but baby, me twirling? No. But in that scenario, we didn't have nothing. We just pulled up and we saw what was going on. Right. Literally that. I'm too pretty and I'm too, and no man. Literally that. Y'all want to see what Cliff look like? It's so fine. Anything. I love you, baby. I love I love all my babies. My gay male friends, I love them. We all still cool. My booty. My Cliffy poo. Cliffy poo. If y'all see somebody in here called that come in named Judge Davis, that's him. Yeah, he's fine as hell. I love Cliff. My booski. But I love Cliff because Cliff is like just a reasonable dude. He's just like just a reasonable guy that travels, and he's just a cool ass nigga. Even killed. He like me. We want to go places and travel and do our thing.
Got pretty much everything in here.
And be fly in Thailand or in somewhere fire.
Hey, you ever wonder what Amani would look like if she wasn't into all that hard ass goth shit?
Just him in some kind of photo. No, he is not single. He's been with the same dude since we was kids, child. Maruski. Anyway, Cliff said, baby, I'm not fighting, girl. All that ghetto shit, honey. ain't got to put you a job. For the guys, degrees, a corporate professional, gay nigga. How you know you got to speak it? Cause I know I know what everybody dick look like that's in my vicinity. I know what everybody dick look like, even the girl. Nah, well my friends, yeah, 'cause we used to trick together. We used to turn dates together, so I know what everybody look like. Nigga. But yeah, Cliff was baby. No man, we don't twirl. So, so I just remember that moment, and I had nothing to do with the situation, but I didn't like the fact that them cis boys was bullying them, and I knew we had the advantage. We had the advantage, baby. So we about to come over and wear y'all out. Cause y'all don't know. Y'all think y'all punking him because his little friends are punk. But the old heads over here about to come wear y'all out. Wah, 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 wah. You thought you was punking some little gay boys. And you don't know the old heads about to come wear you out and all they people about to come wear you out. It turned into a brawl. Brawl, 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 brawl. So it just depends on me. But this is another thing too. I always think about would these motherfuckers help me? Like if somebody was calling me all kinds of mans and trannies and da da da, how many of these motherfuckers would come and help me? That always when I think about that, it always gives me pause. I'm like, these motherfuckers wouldn't help me.
So, are you ready? This should be
Maybe.
pretty easy. I've kept it simple since you all
Maybe
say
not.
pretty simple.
You don't know them, so you don't know.
In a good way, in a good, straight ahead, low IQ kind of. Oh no, let's do stop.
It's like,
Stop it.
mmm.
It's the new meds. Okay, armed robbery. Here we go. Whew. Here it is. Keep it simple. You go in heavy. You go in.
Now, I don't know. I know some whole ass niggas from the old days too. This whole ass niggas in all generations, baby. I can't see me not saying anything. Yeah, and that scenario specifically, I can't see me not checking for using the N-word. I can't see me not saying something. I don't want to say I'm gonna jump up and fight this nigga, but when you get too spicy with your words, disrespectful with the slurs, I'm like, ooh, nigga, you're not just disrespecting that person, you're disrespecting the people around that person. And you know you are. So what's that say? That's when I feel it's like the disrespect is expansive. Yeah, you talking to her, but you know that what that word means to the rest of us. And so for you to just be sitting in front of me just saying it let me know you don't give a fuck about me. And that's the disrespect. Oh, you can't even control yourself enough, not say nothing. Even if you go to someone that works there and say, can somebody do something? I'm not and everybody has to act a fool like I would have, but not say anything is fucking nuts. Yeah, I got in that scenario, I can't see me not saying anything. But like I said, also, it depends on how my day went, too. Because I'm very much. Sometimes my capacity for shit is too low, and I don't have the capacity to deal with it. I don't sit idly by with the invitation situation. I'm gonna try to diffuse the situation, but you'll know the shit isn't high level. And if you try it, it's gonna bang. That's what got me tripping. He clearly saw them sitting there and still felt comfortable enough to be that loud with it. Yeah, that would have felt disrespectful to me. I'd be like, oh, you trying. And then you done came back and got extra with it. So you feeling real spicy. You're feeling real spicy. And I don't like that. I don't like when these motherfuckers feel too spicy. That annoys me. Right? All right, ma'am.
The fiercest woman was. Smith entered the women's bathroom saying that he would eat her up. This happened on March 14th of the following week. It not only affects trans women, but it will affect, it does affect cis women too, who don't fit the mold. And of course, the real danger here is that cis men entering women's bathrooms to pray people because you assume she will fit. This guy should have police report again. He monitored for poor behavior and fired from Walmart prison, he was Walmart refinery, but it was not until they got national attention and online attention that Walmart tried to backtrack and say that they want their employees to feel safe. But clearly not, because you clearly refused her appeal and fired her, even though she was not at fault. Even if she was trans, this is mistaken. But this story is unsurprising, and it shows the message of transphobia and how companies are reckless and spineless when it comes to biggest way protecting their employees. This woman.
So, what y'all think about that? So, a white, clear, goes into the bathroom. The dude follows her, thinking she's trans. And corrects her. They trying to get a female reason. At one She appeals it, and the appeal is denied. Still, even though she is not trained, even if she was trained, still, none of this is right for anything. But her not being trans makes it quite a black trans woman will beat his ass following her into his best friend. Today, what they trying to do is make it this thing, I believe, or illegal. I don't know. It depends on what trans woman is. I'd be like, I'm ready. But I was told transphobia doesn't affect them. So, why that goes along with the theme is this is not a right or wrong situation, but this is somebody who don't know nothing about what's going on between nobody's legs, making assumptions about somebody else's gender and acting on it. Even if this was a trans woman, it's wrong. But the fact that you don't know to the point where you actually are wrong, what makes you think you can be in somebody's genital business so much that you can, on your urge to be violent to somebody because they believe you? That is insane. Since people be finding out what it feels like to be seen as a threat based on your appearance alone. Well, I think that a masculine, offensive woman already experienced. I think somebody who forbids in that way, like a person who wears makeup and heels, a cisgender lesbian that, you know, is really masculine in her presentation. I think they do know how that can feel. I think that's something that's been happening for a very long time. Okay. Should be better. Okay. I had to, I don't know what, and just, you know, go ahead. Feel like the audience. I'll check it. It just asked me to the stepbrother, but he was oh man, just from the 80 from the back. My God, there's when they couldn't stand. Shit, that back. Yeah, you know. Hey, said I should be, you know. It was you have a person. Okay, we have men up to think things chivalrous and the hero and protecting women is part of their masculinity, and oh, that what he's doing. Even though we think, as our perspective, we should be minding your business. Don't even know if there's or not, and I'm like the capacity for you and think you can assume people sure and the I don't know what's going on. It's excellent. I mean, excellent. It's not necessary. Exactly. Fine. Yeah. I just feel kind of. I feel like they're just doing something weird. I mean, they're kind of.
$50% off any pizza, including new Parmesan stuffed crust? Now that's a deal. This week only at Domino's.
I want to take a moment to shout out one of the behind-the-scenes heroes here at MLB,
Come on.
the one and only Zoom Phone. Harold, you with me?
Absolutely, Lauren. With MLB, Zoom's AI-first business phone system helps in so many ways. It's easy to manage, gives teams the tools they need to do their best work, elevates the fan experience, and keeps things secure and reliable so MLB runs smoothly.
For a real behind-the-scenes hero, see how Zoom Phone is the right call for your business.
They are pink, and she's starting to be more high fashion and girly. Rocksteady era, no doubt, visuals. It still has some edge to it, but it started to be more girly and more fashion forward. Like some fashion intentionality. Instead of just looking like a punchy little foot. Herringbone. He started to get red lips. He started to get fat. And so I'm like, ooh. She did the little flip, because y'all know Mary J. Blige did the Farrah Fawcett flip and started to bring it back. So the girls was doing, she did the pink flip, because her hair was pink during that time. Then she did the song with me. Oh, when she did that. But I'm not to see the girl, and I ain't going nowhere. Just sometimes you get me hit, and I'm gonna make some time. And let me put this in it, and let me blow your mind. Whoa, and that's whoa, baby. We ain't could have for a little. We're going to back here. Oh, okay. Orange County is definitely very nice, for sure. I love this. Oh, look how sickening they look. This is so 90s. Eve's hair was because she used to be short and blonde. I loved it. And they would ride these things, and Eve, if you pay attention, Eve has the No Doubt print on her pants. The Rocksteady print on her pants. And so it's just love. I just love. She just ate it for him. She just ate it. And so then she went solo, right? Gwen Stefani went solo. And the first album that she went solo, she connected with Neptune, like Pharrell and them. And so they gave her a whole new sound, and then she did Holla Back Girl. Gwen Stefani's first album.
Wikipedia, Angel, Music, Baby, is the debut solo studio album by American singer Gwen Stefani, released on November.
Into the fact that 2004, track list. Holla Back Girl, Luxurious, yes. And so this is when we get into she already kind of been there. Yes, she already kind of been culture vulture a little bit, but this is when she really gets into culture vulture. She gets into like Luxurious, she's giving solo with the Latina thing. She's giving the Harajuku. She just started to do this kind of stuff. But when we, in the 90s and early 2000s, when they were doing it, people were saying stuff, but it was not getting the response that it didn't have the traction that we have now. Like when they do weird culture vulture shit now, we call it out and we go viral and people do their little thing to it. At this time, this is 2004, 2005. And so ain't nobody really people are on the internet, but shit ain't going to super viral like that. And it wasn't anybody, the right wing people say it wasn't on people. Everybody, or the left wing people was like, everybody ain't so sensitive. People were less sensitive. No, people had a problem with she cultural person. People had a problem with you feeling their culture. People had a problem with you cosplaying their shit. But they weren't empowered to say anything in the way that we are. So, Rich Girl, Holla Back Girl was so fun. Holla Back Girl had the club banging. Luxurious was kind of fly. I love it. What album was the Harajuku Girl listening? Was that on that first one too? Was it Sweet Escape? Oh, Sweet Escape was in the 70s. Track list on Sweet Escape. Wind Up. Oh, Wind Up was fire. Wind Up was fire. She went and got all the niggas. Like, she went and got Big E, Garrett, she got Pharrell. She went and she really was dipping into the black culture. So, she working with Will I Am? No, she was working with the Neptune. during this early part of her career. So yeah, but what you don't see is while she's making all these songs about that kind of, this is why white feminism can be really, really toxically performative. Because she's making all this, I'm just a girl. She's making these songs that can be kind of feminist anthems for people who are kind of going through that stuff. But we don't know what's going on with her because she's a conservative Catholic girl from Orange County. Baby. The likeliness of her being.
It sucks to be wrong about your boyfriend's tolerance for horror movies.
He's moving.
Use the bikes to get away from the cops and to get upstate. We left a dinghy in Bratton Canyon. That's your exit plan. There's a route coming to your GPS now. It'll take you off-road, away from the cops, and towards our boat. Stay together or go a different way if you want, but this will be the safest route. Go, 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 go! Remember, the bikes have KERS. They store up energy to accelerate when you brake. Should help put some road between you and those red and blues.
So seeing her align, seeing her align with this stuff isn't really that surprising. It really is not. She's just one of those girls. That's churchy. Like, what's that girl from Full House?
Now the CEO of Pack Standard is calling the mayor. He's probably patched in the chair of the Union Depository, and they're all about to tear the ass out of the chief of police. Cops on the street will be highly motivated to bring you down. But you don't need to worry about that. Just get to Rabbit Canyon. I got a plan.
No.
That means the transponders worked. Thank you, Avi Schwartzman.
Black and brown folks and still doesn't politically support those people that help her. And gays too. Okay, so this is what the people are saying. Let's do it. Okay, Gwen Stefani sent her diehard fans spiral. Thank you.
You'll have lots of time when you're in jail for robbing a bank and
Really
putting
lost.
down a load of
The
cops.
President Trump
You
had
have time right now. Get
Stephanie praises Jonathan at the House of the ex-host last week while gushing over the cover of the park. And said, wow, Jonathan, you are a powerful intellectual team. You know they were
keep
giving
going, keep going. Don't worry about the cops. Worry about getting to the canyon.
So Gwen Stefani, a devoted Catholic who has made several highest partnership with Hayes, appears to be holding her end of the deal with activism. Actors Mark Wahlberg, Wilbur Nassa, another devout Catholic, Chris Pratt, the dude and Galaxy, who compares himself to Jesus, are also involved in the company. So all these unabashed, bold, magic. But she could. Gwen Stefani encourages Christians to take part of the 40-day prayer challenge. He's just in cahoots with all these messages. Just imagine. The app costs $7 per year. Gwen is a long time ago. We're making it harder. He's on platform. But with hard. The Russian propaganda really lower that takes it. Another contract honestly reality. This side heavily for her clear acceptance with a double positive was 30 years. No doubt. And while her commitment to her Catholic faith has never been a secret, she has been fiscally focused on taking her things because being perspective for countries in the world that children would consider her conservative makeover. And somebody says, Gwen Stefani seems like one of those girls who just completely adore to become whatever the man she is with is. Eventually, they'll divorce each other, have a battle of how she lost herself. Okay. And that was Sheldon appeared to endorse Trump, Rise in 2015 Billboard interview, fresh off his divorce with fellow country singer Miranda Lambert. Whether you love him or hate him, he says that he has proven that he wants others to be afraid to say anything. Stefani reportedly waited years to marry husband Sheldon because she wanted to get her married to British rocker Gavin Drysdale, annulled by the Vatican. But she was a Catholic and she was married to Gavin, but she wanted to be annulled. But you know, that's a divorce like that. Gwen Stefani spent 13 years. Gwen Stefani spent 13 years married to Gavin, having 3 sons together before divorcing amid rumors of infidelity. Hey, Maxwell. Drysdale hinted that he and Stefani have opposite views as parents and don't post it. He also said that really different people. She's mad. I'm not mad. Some commentators have took those differences a little bit. Why are people surprised that Gwen Stefani is a rising lunatic? This thing made a career of cosplaying other people's ethnicity and marrying a country music guy. Like, let us be right. Hilarious. And she follows Gwen Stefani. So, I mean, if you're sitting here like God, Gwen Stefani said God is the of her life, and it's always been that. Everything she has always said that. That's she never wanted her life on hold. She doesn't speak over here. She never does that. And I have seen her talk about religion. Really totally agree. I didn't know until maybe like a year ago that she was weird like that. So, yeah. It was kind of a concept. But, because of, but it's because of stuff about her. I really liked her. She was one of those, you know, like my long story said, those kind of little fair girls. You know, it's just devastating. But I think people actually think it. So this case is
Right about now, the CEO of Tax Standard is calling the mayor. She's probably patched in the chair of the union depository, and they're all about to tear the ass out of the chief of police. Cops on the street will be highly motivated to bring you down. You don't need to worry about that. Just get to Rattle Canyon. I've got a plan. So, have any dye packs gone off the bags? You know because you'd be covered in paint? No? That means the transponders worked. Thank you, Schwartzman.
super like this. Something that's like it. I know. Yeah, I tried. It's got too many educated, cultured, white people work to this usual opportunity about a year of everything. So I know because there is that. Yeah, I mean, anybody. I think that those are the people that it's the black people. They be progressive about great. Don't be progressive about nothing else. They love patriarchy and white people, anti-black people, anti-black people. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we talk about where in California, y'all, y'all good. y'all are really 80s and 90% so really fast. In Texas, black they voted. They're not like y'all in the 80s. Normal black people in the country. Texas, black women. But black men, they switched up. They went from since 2020, they went from 8 to 5. That's going down so well. That's going to have some of the black people. Model minorities. Very, very, as opposed to other like, nationally black men. 80%. Lived in a different part of the country. That more black people are in the South. But I think black people are MAGA in the South, but then most black people are MAGA. Believe that. Because most black people live in the South. You have the most concentration of black people anywhere else. Anywhere. Yes, I do think that they're more invested in the They shouldn't be, but I do think that they're more invested. They have a lot of people, but they don't have a majority. You still have to have other demographics. You still have to have other demographics. Because we're not the majority in any place except for like DC. And even that has gone, I think DC has gone down on black folks. In DC is like 90%. Jackson, Mississippi is like 80% black. But they have ruled, black people have ruled Mississippi politics. Okay. It's like everywhere else. The city has given the city folks less power than the big red. Because certain counties
Get this clean, moisturizing hair care.
The Sonic Smasher. Now just $1 for a limited time. Live free, eat Sonic.
Let me look. It's been a while since I looked up these stats.
You know, I thought you were just a bunch of creepy and quiet weirdos. Turns out you're a bunch of creepy, quiet weirdos with
What percentage of Mississippi is African American? Population.
Approximately 37.8%.
Yeah. So it's about, when I lived there, it was 46. So it's on top. 3 points.
You know,
Well, almost
I will
2
never
points.
forget
It
the
only
good
down.
times. All the laughs we had.
It's
Even
only
my
down.
family. The
It's like
picnic.
37.
You know, the hike
So it's
in the
right.
woods.
So it's
All
about
the
2 points.
selfies and and the time we went
Texas.
rollerblading and we watched
What
the
percentage of Texas
sunset and we
population
stayed
is
up
African
all
American?
night talking and sharing our innermost fears and then
12.2.
what's that? That wasn't you? Even
Yeah.
the skinny dipping and the...
13.4 ranges are black.
What are you
This
saying
alone.
now?
Yeah, so between
Oh man,
12.2
these
and
drugs. I am a
13.4.
heavily medicated man.
13.4.
I'm not well at all. I'm a little embarrassed. Okay, the money.
What about what other state? Let's say Florida.
Here,
What percentage of Florida is black people?
here, and...
In Florida, approximately 16.9%.
And, take
16.
care, okay.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
So the number, but in the cities, of these states, it be tons of black people. Like for example, like Indianapolis, Indiana.
The one and only. So what you looking for? Yeah, I don't fuck with weed. Makes me anxious. But every time Lamar walks in smiling like that, I want to try it again. Hey, what's up?
This country is giving away its money to other countries. You gotta start buying American. Well, no. When are we hitting the slots, babe? Another club, man. I need a read, waitress.
If the action at the tables is too hot for your blood, cool down with the Infinity Pool, located on the roof deck.
When people think of Indianapolis,
Well, I'll take it.
what percentage of Indianapolis, Indiana's population is black?
How can I help you?
27.8. That is high as fuck. That's why when I tell people my city was, I lived in a bubble of blackness when I was in Indianapolis because I wasn't around a lot of white people. There was a lot. There was, you have the white girl that has the black boyfriend that lives up the street with her mixed kids. You might have like a bus driver that's black. I mean, that's white. I just lived in a bubble. I didn't really have a lot of black people, I mean, white people around me growing up. Some, but not enough to make me be like, oh, white people. And compared to other places, when people be like, black, 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 I'm like, you ain't got a lot of black people in your family. And I can tell it. By how you act. Yeah, you black, but it's giving me code switcher. Super code switcher. Let me see Houston. What percentage of Houston is black?
In Houston, Texas, approximately 23%.
So imagine. So I come from a city that's 27%, almost 30. It was 30 when I was younger. It was 33, and it has dropped down to 23. I mean 27 point something, 27.6. So that's the city I come from. But now I live in a city where the number of black people is down. Still similar, 23% down, but it's down. So when I tell people I'm from Indiana, they like, oh, it's super white up there. It's more white here. It gags people when I tell them that. That's why Indianapolis was a stronghold for like Chitlin Circuit. That's why Madam C.J. Walker built her factory there. It was a bunch of black people there. It was like a entertainment mecca that was a stop on the Chitlin Circuit.
So pleased that he couldn't get here himself. But he told me that if you keep this up, maybe he won't. Well, he's very happy, and trust me, a happy Trevor is a good Trevor, and we all want a good Trevor. I mean, he suffered a lot. He's not the horrific, bloodthirsty maniac that we all imagine he is. Well, he is, but he's got a gentler side. He loves his mother. Anyway, after this, we'll all be rich, and you can get to know him better. A kind man who likes animals and children, and smoking crystal while the sun sets. Okay, so you're going to the lumberyard in Paleto Forest to pick up some grass. Now, it's a whole lot of grass, and it's well protected, so you gotta go in cautious. Now, 2 of you with guns in the hills, and 2 of you on the ground. You're gonna get a whole lot of shipment, and you're gonna get out of there. Now, ground team will be driving the shipment out. Gun team will be protecting it. You're gonna bring the grass to me, and I'm gonna package it with the rest of the stuff for sale. Then all we gotta get is the chemicals that Chef needs to get his lab up and running. And then we're good for the sale. Trevor will be in touch if there's a problem.
I think blackness when I think of indie though. Most people don't. I don't know why you do, but most people don't. They think about race cars, they think about white people, they think about porn, they think about maybe if you talk to a sports dude, Pacers, basketball, Colts, football, Peyton Manning. If they're sports people, they think.
What? You don't have the details now, Ron? How's that make us look? Not very professional, pal. We're trying to raise money for this venture. We don't have much in the way of assets. It's all about the people, Ron. The investor's capital for human capital. And yours ain't worth very much. Thank fuck this Series 8 funding is mostly gonna be stolen. Ron's got something to say to you. Okay, so this grass you're taking, it belongs to the Bauers from Davis, Los Santos. We're hearing all kinds of rumors about the operation they got out there. It's meant to be serious, you know? Well, Trevor's heard they got this big machine gun mounted on the bed of a pickup truck. He wants you to get it for him. I think you're the experts on that kind of thing, so I'll just leave it with you. Thank you, Ron. Be ready with this stuff from now on, okay? Or there won't be much use for you. You'll have to go down the well like, what's his name? And you'll ruin the water supply for everyone.
This will be a really great dress to wear at Greek Fest, I think. Baby, this course is just said no. You're not going nowhere.
Almost at the sawmill. We need 2 of you on the hill, covering with long-range weapons, and 2 of you going in on the ground. Be careful. You don't want to blow up the grass or that pickup truck for once.
Like that. But most people don't think blackness when I think of black one nation of Indiana. First thing I'm thinking about Indianapolis as a city, they're thinking about Indiana as a whole.
He's an icon, a legend, and now a fighter. Let's know it, please. That's what's fun.
Come on, Detroit, what cities have the highest population of black people in the country? Okay, let's see. Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson, Mississippi has 80% of its population as black. Now, as far as numbers, not percentage, but as far as numbers, New York is numbers-wise the most of white people, not percentage, but 3.8 million. And then Atlanta follows that with 2.3, Washington, D.C. with 1.8. But the cities with the highest percentage of black residents is Jackson, Mississippi, over 80, I think they're 86. Detroit, Memphis, Baltimore, New Orleans, Cleveland, Ohio. As far as 20. Let's see, this says 25%. Miami Gardens, Florida.
I hope those roadblocks didn't slow you down. Brutal awaits. They coming after you. Come back to the warehouse.
baby. Memphis, Tennessee, Montgomery, Alabama, Southfield, Michigan, which might be birthday. Birmingham, Alabama, Albany, Georgia, Detroit, Michigan, Lauderhill, Florida, East Orange, New Jersey, New Jersey, Jackson, Mississippi is number one. It went down from 86 to 81 in 2020. Come on, New Jersey. Come on, East Coast. Yeah, Baltimore is one of them. Let's see. California in total. Let's see what California gives. What percentage of California population is black?
In California, the Black or African American population makes up approximately 5.6%.
Woo, 5%. What about in Los Angeles specifically? What percentage of Los Angeles population is black? 8%. 8%. What percentage of San Francisco is black?
In San Francisco, 5.7%.
Dropping down from 13.4% in the 70s. Let me see about Oakland. 5% in San Francisco. I think it has dropped down to 3. What percentage of Oakland is black? 21%. All the niggas live in Oakland. Work. In the 80s, it was 47. You don't come to California for the black people. Oakland. Work. Yeah, I be telling people I'm gonna visit some black ass places. That's why I lived in Jackson, which was Black Black when I was in college. I lived in Indianapolis, and then I live in Houston. This is the lowest percentage of black people in our position. Only 23. And so, me growing up in Indiana, let's think about Boston. Let me see. Now, Boston should be white. That's the white. I think that's going to be the whitest. What percentage of Boston? Oh, no, they are too. Word. I say that I'm the top first issues of the dig. They are 21.5%. This figure can increase to 25.5% if they identify as black and multiracial, like black and Afro-Latino or black and on the data between 2010 and 2014, it indicates that 28.2% of Boston population was African American. So they dropped down in 2020. Being from a majority black city in the South, I've noticed how black people in other areas move different. True. What city you from, Moni?
Orangeburg, South Carolina. Let's see. I don't know nothing about Orangeburg. What percentage of Orangeburg, South Carolina, black? Oh, y'all 75% black. Y'all 75%. It's a black hole, baby. The niggas is out there. I need to come to Orangeburg. People like it. And I love South Carolina. Orangeburg. 75% of the city residents is black. Y'all live out there. I got a lot of black people. Show me a map of Orangeburg, South Carolina. So it is south of, it is east of Augusta. It is northwest of Charleston. It is north of Savannah. That's it. Augusta, Georgia. So what is South Carolina? South of Columbia. South of Columbia. What is the capital of South Carolina? Charlotte? What's the capital of South Carolina? Charleston. Or Columbia? Columbia. Why it look way smaller than what I thought? I wouldn't mind it is. I don't know why I thought South Carolina was a little bit different. I would want to come to visit South. I've never been to. I drove through South Carolina, but like with
Booking.com has space for absolutely anyone. For instance, imagine you're a vampire thirsty for a night hotel. You find the Vegas resort with some great nightlife. Perfect. You may be undead, but you don't like the budget. And it is more just also a sign. At least there's free cancellation on most stays, so you can wait for the perfect weather. Gorgeous. If a vampire can find their perfect stay, anyone can. Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, booking.gov.
My mother would not have approved of that. She would have been like, no, not that. I went to Greensboro because that's where the one I was Durham. I've been to Raleigh. I've been to okay, that's right over Raleigh. Something like my old school family. Rolling Rock. Oh shit, I probably would have asked the big my parents to come to that person. No, my mama would
My mom would have said no. So down for sure. My mom would have said no down. So quick. Ain't going to no fucking thing. Like it. And then, dude, that would have pissed my mama off too. When I was young, I hated shit like that. But yeah, I would love to go to Charleston. There's some Black history down there. I would love to just I don't know. I would love to do like a maybe fly to Jacksonville and then catch the train or bus from Jacksonville to like DC, like from DC to Jacksonville. Like take like a tour of South Carolina, from Jacksonville to South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, till you get to DC. Because I haven't really explored that area. I haven't really explored it in the way that I have the Midwest. I've been all over the Midwest and all over the South. Like from Georgia back, I've been all up through there. In the rural area, which Jacksonville, Florida. So fly into Jacksonville, Florida, and then catch like a train or a bus to Savannah, because I've never been to Savannah. Never been to Charleston, but I have been to Myrtle Beach for Bike Week. And so do all of this, like do this whole little tour. So go from Jackson to Savannah to Charleston to Myrtle Beach to Wilmington. And then take Wilmington to Raleigh to Norfolk to Richmond, and then end in Washington. So I've been everything on the East Coast I've been to. So Delaware, Dover, Washington, Maryland, Baltimore. I've been to Philadelphia, New Jersey, Newark, New York, New Haven, Connecticut. I've been all the way up here, all the way to Boston. The highest I've been is Salem. So I haven't explored those cities down there. But I also want to go to, somebody told me I need to go to Montreal and then go to Quebec City. But I want to go to Arcadia National Park in Maine. That sounds love. I can fly into Bar Harbor. I want to go there.
Looking good, kid. Thanks for the hookup. Hey, dude.
I'm okay. Just running some errands while I have a little free time on my hands.
No.
Yes, this will do very nicely. Very nice place you've got. Very chic. Nothing like a bourgeois
Fucking
bank
asshole.
remind me of how strange Los Santos has become. In my day,
Ugh.
Santos at least had the dignity to be psychotic. Nowadays, it's all about home furnishings and going straight. All right, you ready? Because this is it. Well, it's not it, but it's something very big. Not quite ready yet, but I wanted to see how you're doing. What I've got is a Fleesa Bank franchise, and it's nothing too complicated. There's no buy-in. Normally, there would be a buy-in. You would put in money up front, we would arrange the job, and you would pull it off. But this time, I'll cover the upfront costs. Call it the price of getting a look at you, and there's no risk to you. Unless, of course, you count getting locked up or shot. So, you ready? I mean, what do you think? You, questions, comments, concerns? All right. What are you waiting for? Let's go see this place.
Piece of shit. I'm not doing it, you piece of shit.
The one and only. Got pretty much everything in here. Stay strapped.
Hey, where the fuck are you? God damn, traffic is that backed up?
Belize, Brazil, Croatia, Cyprus. The Prime Minister of New Zealand will be there, the Prime Minister of the UK. They go for themselves, these leaders, but they represent their own countries. For example, more than 6 million Catholics here in the UK. Prince William will be there, other royals will be there, the kings, queens of Spain, of Sweden, Crown Princess of Norway, the Queen of Denmark. But you think about as well, and these leaders will take with them the thoughts about what the Pope stood for humanity, for the poor. And I'll just ask Clay here to zoom in a little bit at the doors outside Westminster Cathedral here, the main Catholic cathedral in the centre of London. And look, there are rough sleepers here, dozens of them, sleeping outside the cathedral. They come here, many of them, night after night after night, and there's a charity here that will give them and is giving them, coffee and a little bit of food in the morning when they wake up. It's a place of safety. It's a place of sanctuary. The rough sleepers the world over, here in London in particular, have a terrible time of abuse from passers-by and just a disadvantaged life. And these were the types of people, as well as the leaders, that the Pope wanted to communicate with, wanted to uplift, wanted to help. So this will be something for all these different leaders to reflect upon, the plight of the poor and the needy in their countries. There are approximately 1.4 billion Catholics around the world. We think of countries like Ireland. Micheál Martin, the Irish Taoiseach Prime Minister, will be there today at the Vatican for the funeral. 2/3 of his country, more than 3.5 million people, are Catholic. So Poland as well, high proportion of Catholics. Croatia as well. So all of these leaders will know that they're perhaps, in a way, they're representing the Catholics in their own country, but the burden will have been communicated to them directly or through his work by Pope Francis of their need as leaders in their own countries to do right by the poor. And we see them behind us here today.
Yeah, and it was certainly his message throughout his lifetime, really. Ben, I want to bring you back in here. You talked about the connection that so many people have felt to this Pope, which is bringing them there to pay their respects. What I think is striking, too, is this is obviously not limited to Catholics. People of so many faiths have been touched by this Pope, including faith leaders, and there will be a number of them in attendance today as well, just speaking to not only his broad appeal, but the way that this Pope really wanted to bring people together.
Yeah, this is a Pope who, for instance, one of his first acts after he was elected, he went to a prison here in Rome and washed the feet of a Muslim prisoner. This is a man who really tried to reach out to others of other faiths, and I think he struck a chord with many people. And what I've seen here is over the last few days is there are Muslims, there are Jews, there are Hindus, there are many people who have come to pay their respects to a man who really reached across the religious sectarian bounds and tried to convey his basic message of charity, of humility, of concern for the poor. And this is what we're seeing today. This is not an exclusively Catholic crowd in any sense. And so people who are of other faiths have come to pay their respects. And what we're seeing is more and more people just flooding into St. Peter's Square in the area around it. The authorities here are trying to keep the situation organized and under control, but I think we can expect huge numbers of people. Back in 2005, there were more than 300,000 people packed into the square for the funeral of John Paul II. And I think today we'll see similar numbers as the crowd continues to come in. As I said, the people were waiting overnight. It's cold at night here in Rome at the moment, but nonetheless, people, when we drove in at 4:30 in the morning, they were already crowded outside the barriers, waiting to get in. Erica?
Yeah, and we could see these, and then just looking at some of the live pictures here too, we can see the giant screens that have been put up to make sure that everybody can see what's going on. Ben Wiedemann in Rome, Nick Robertson in London. Thank you both. We'll continue to check in with you throughout our coverage. Also joining us this hour from Rome, Father Patrick Mary Briscoe. He's the editor of our Sunday Visitor and the host of the Godsplaining podcast. Father, it's good to have you with us. As I've been talking with my colleagues and throughout this past several days, talking with people there on the ground about why they're there, what the Pope meant to them. I'm just curious, your view, what did this Pope mean to you? What did he mean to your faith?
Good morning, Erica. It's great to be joining you here from Rome. I am delighted to be here because Pope Francis, of course, set such a great example. I was ordained a priest. I began my priestly ministry during his pontificate. And Pope Francis' great sayings like that priests ought to have the smell of the sheep, that we ought to be dedicated to mercy, really formed the first years of my priesthood. So it's with that sense of gratitude, the kind of affection that a son has for his father, that's what brought me here to Rome to say my final farewell to our Pope.
How do you think he helped to shape the Church's identity, even to those outside the Catholic faith?
Erica, I think it was really Pope Francis' spontaneity, his kind of off-the-cuff gestures that convinced people of his authenticity. He wasn't afraid to do the kinds of things that got people to give religion a second look, to orient them and to help direct them to higher things. One of the things I appreciate most about Pope Francis is the bold ways that he called out some of the shortcomings in our culture, our tendency towards materialism or consumerism, for example, pointing us to live for higher things and to live lives that are really filled with meaning and for purpose.
I'm looking at some pictures that you had shared with us of you and the Pope, and there was one that was just up on the screen. You're shaking hands, and there are these enormous smiles on both of your faces. And we have heard, and I've seen, and speaking with other people, the warmth in his eyes in a number of those pictures. But it's the stories that I'm hearing over and over again about what it was like to spend time in his presence, about that warmth, also about his humor.
Oh, it's absolutely true. Many of my colleagues in the Vatican Press Corps have loads of stories. That particular moment where I'm shaking the hand of the Holy Father was on the feast day of St. Thomas Aquinas, a great saint of my own Dominican religious order. And so we were having a little joke because the Pope is a Jesuit, and traditionally Jesuits and Dominicans have a little bit of a conflict, a little bit of a rivalry, you might say. And so he was teasing me just a little bit about celebrating the feast day of our great man with him, the Jesuit Pope.
There's also been so much talk about it. It was such a focus for him, I know, connecting with young people. And the way that he has in many ways inspired younger Catholics today, how have you seen evidence of that? How important do you think that has been in terms of his legacy?
Oh, I think it's one of the key parts, Erica, because certainly today we're seeing a resurgence in religious devotion, a kind of renewal of religious life globally, in fact. It's not just moving to the United States, but all over the world in the Catholic Church. And I think that part of that is faced with the choices of the world, faced with what people could live for. Young people are saying,
Amen.
I want something that will give me hope. I want something that will offer me more than the kind of tired and warm sense that the culture offers. And I think Pope Francis has animated a lot of that. And I think his concern, for example, about environmentalism has caught the attention of many young people. I think his loving and affable way of speaking is another thing that caught many people's attention.
Father Patrick Mary Briscoe, really appreciate you taking the time to join us. Thank you. Just ahead here, we'll get you caught up in some of the day's other news, including the latest on a powerful car bomb that killed a top Russian general just as the U.S. envoy was working to push a Ukrainian peace deal in the Kremlin. More on that is ahead.
Visionaries in association with Hyundai.
Emma's journey to one of the most coveted positions in football, manager of the iconic Olympic gold medal winning US women's national team, began simply with a love of the game. What was it about football that drew you to it as a game, but equally that you saw had such an ability to do more than just be a game?
I just don't know anything else. My mum was asked this the other day when someone said, when did Emma start playing? And she said the minute she came out, and I wouldn't. I was the kid that would come home from school, drop my school bag, run down to the pitch, play till 10 o'clock at night, stop for dinner. My dad has always been at heart. I think watching a lot of football, Italia, all those things. I couldn't imagine a life without football. Just couldn't.
Nothing is handed to you in the women's game. I want to help women's football grow. To show women can be involved in all aspects of the game. We've been supporting the Women's World Cup. I hope to see more women play. And more young girls dreaming big. Because when we raise the bar, we inspire the future.
What would you pay for an iPad Pro? I only paid $42 on DealDash.
DealDash.com. Online auction since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. And this smart charcoal grill sold for $16. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20. Deals like these and many more happen in the thousands of daily auctions on DealDash.com. All auctions start at $0. And remember, everything must go.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And you get a 90-day money-back guarantee with your first purchase.
This brand new iPhone sold for less than $42.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were listening to a sermon. Not at all. Not at all.
And shipping?
I was actually watching a YouTube video, and then...
So, my name is Diamond Styles. We are going to talk about Gwen Stefani going at Yeah. I think people are surprised about it, but I don't really think that y'all should be surprised about it. Y'all shouldn't. I don't think y'all should be surprised by it at all.
Because I'm gaming, actually.
So let me give y'all a chance to come on in. As you come in, if you are new here, welcome. We just came from a live, and it was messing up, so we restarted it to start the new one. Because I wanted to talk about Gwen Stefani. I was excited to talk about Gwen Stefani. Because I love Gwen Stefani, but I don't like MAGA. So let's talk about celebrities. And, thumbs up as you come in. We have 50 people in here. Maybe they'll come back. All right, let's go. Let's go back. So my history with Gwen Stefani, she is, you're a California girl, so she's a...
All right, I'm going to bed. I'm tired.
My history, when I was in the 90s, I'll tell the history after we watch the video.
I will see y'all later. It's time for my bedtime.
Manga makeover has her progressive fans very happy.
Have a great weekend. I'll see y'all soon.
Praised pro-life actor Jason Rooney's interview with far-right commentator Tucker Carlson, aligning her with conservative figures. Now fans face a dilemma.
Can you separate Gwen Stefani's influential art from her personal beliefs? Her influence is undeniable. It is all over the work of Paramore, Olivia Rodrigo, and Dua Lipa. Should her religious beliefs erase her legacy? Because without it, you don't get the art. Her religion is all over her creative process and art. In interviews, she credits God for her songwriting. Born to blossom, born to perish. I don't know where